My name's Jeff, and I love beer. I don't just mean that I love to drink it, though. I mean I'm passionate about the history of beer, how it's made, and what's in store for the future of beer. Some might call me a beer snob, but I see it a bit differently. I want to learn about all beers. It's time to go exploring in the world of beer. As much as I love drinking beer, which, it's a lot, I also like learning about its history. That's part of the reason we created this show, and hopefully you'll want to learn some of its history too. Today, we're standing in front of San Diego's Museum of Man, which is located in the always awesome Balboa Park. They've got an exhibit in there which details the history of beer and how it's evolved alongside the evolution of humankind. Beer is one of the oldest beverages on the planet. With the exception of water, it's the oldest thing that you're gonna drink. We're gonna learn more about it, and you'll see that I'm not totally a blithering idiot or drunk. Yet. Catherine, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Thanks for having us here. This is an amazing exhibit.
Yeah, we're really excited to have this exhibit at our museum. Who doesn't want to exhibit about beer?
Absolutely. So how did this come about?
We really wanted a way to get our artifacts out of our collections. We have 450,000 artifacts in our collection, and the public doesn't always get to see it. They're kind of tucked away, and so we looked through the collection to see what was the common story that tied them all together, and beer was one of them.
That's fantastic. And then I noticed you have a bar too. What's going on with that?
We do. We have tastings here. We actually bring in local breweries. They come in, and we have evening events. You can come to our museum at night. Sun goes down, all the public's gone. You can drink beer here right under the dome.
Can you walk around the museum at all, or you keep them right here?
We generally stay right here, but people do wander off.
It's not a night at the museum type of deal.
No mummies come alive.
Right, exactly.
No.
All right, perfect. I'd love to explore the exhibit.
Yeah, let's go in.
All right, after you. So this setup here is pretty awesome, but I'd love to learn a little bit about the story that's going on here. What would you say are some of the most important artifacts or the history that we're going to learn?
Yeah, we have a lot of great artifacts in this exhibit. I think my favorite and the most important one in the exhibit is the bronze beer cup that we have that's from Egypt. It has Akhenaten's cartouche on it.
Oh, man.
It's one of 7 in the world, and the other 6 are in the Cairo Museum in Egypt.
Wow.
And so we have the one here in the United States, and I think that makes us really special.
That's crazy. And who exactly was the man behind
Akhenaten?
Yeah.
They think Akhenaten was King Tut's father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's an important guy.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing about the Egypt story that's really cool is that the workers that built the pyramids of Egypt were actually paid in beer. Mm-hmm. So they created a unified beer vessel that they could use as payment for the workers to build the pyramids.
Because the old story was that it was all slave labor, but over the years we've learned that's not true, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
they were actually
beer.
paid in beer, but we can't find the beer because
Okay.
they drank it, obviously.
They worked hard.
Do you know how many gallons of beer that they drank to build one of those pyramids?
Oh, geez. I mean, probably 1 million gallons.
231 million gallons.
Oh my, 231 million?
Yes.
Sounds like my kind of laborers.
Yes, they were paid well.
So that makes me realize if I was born in ancient Egypt, I would have built the pyramids.
Maybe.
Perfect.
You've drinking 231 million gallons of
No,
beer?
but I'm working on it.
Okay. By the end of the show.
Yeah, exactly. So that is a very cool cup. What's the story there?
That is a solid gold cup that the Incan king used to drink his beer out of.
AKA Elton John of the Incas. I think I need to get one of those.
I think it's hand hammered too, so it's made by hand.
I can't drink out of it, can I?
You cannot drink out of
Okay,
it.
I didn't think so.
The other story that I really love is the Amazonian story. Their beer is called Nihamanchi Hamanchi, and it is brewed using cassava roots, which have a precursor for cyanide. So if you chewed cassava root raw, it would probably paralyze you. So their method of doing that was they soak it in hot water and leach out the cyanide so that then they can chew it up and use the enzymes in their mouth to break down the starches into simple sugars.
All right.
And then they can ferment that.
I've heard of that beer before. I know there's a modern brewery that attempted to bring that one back, and they sold some of it. But the cyanide part is
We
amazing.
call it spit beer, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people really want to drink spit beer.
Or cyanide beer.
Or cyanide beer,
Death
yeah.
beer, yeah. That's insane.
It's a very interesting story.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
And they also drank 3 to 4 gallons of that beer a day.
Okay, so
So
now I
it's a
know.
it was a session beer, a low alcohol for session
Okay,
beer,
okay.
but it was also like a nutrition aspect for them. You know, you have to get your
Interesting.
calories some way.
Yeah, by poison.
It's not poison.
I know,
after
it
you
went
leach
out, it went out. But that's, I mean,
It's a risky thing to drink.
So
you
the
know?
homebrewers of the time, if they didn't follow the recipe correctly, could have messed up. I mean, I guess they were all homebrewers.
Yeah,
back
I'm not
then.
sure how they discovered that, like how to leach out the cyanide, and how many tests that they had to go through
Right.
to do that. But
Yeah, the guinea pigs. So this is the Amazonian section. It was the Jonian Chachi beer. What was it?
Hamachi.
All right, I'll get that one of these days. And this is the cyanide stuff, right?
Yeah, this is the spit beer with the cassava root, and these are some of the drinking vessels that they would drink out of.
They're just
their beer. They're beautiful vessels.
take the vessel right to the face, or
Maybe not the big ones. Those
Okay.
are kind of serving vessels. I was thinking the smaller.
right.
The smaller ones. And then that's a grinding board where they would grind up. You can see that in this picture.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're kind of spitting out the cassava root that they're then going to ferment.
You have to really like what you're creating if the part of the recipe calls for spitting.
Yes. We call these ancient growlers, essentially. You know, when you go to the brewery, you have your growler, you get to take it home. What if you got to take it home in one of these? Like,
That's, I mean, it's so much neater. Like, I
They're
love
so
bringing home a
beautiful.
glass growler because it means I have a lot of beer in my fridge. But these are gorgeous.
but you can drink out of these. They're handles. They've got handles built into them and spouts. They're just really interesting pieces of art.
So as amazing as it is to learn about the history of beer, it's also amazing to taste beer, which is what we're going to do now. You can't end something like this without enjoying what we just learned about, right?
Of course.
Awesome.
That one's for you.
Cheers. Thank you.